Sunday morning, highlight of Vancouver, Stanley Park. We're parked by the aquarium, and there's it's quite a big area to cover. There we go.
My name's Kathy. Meet my friend Trisha.
And we're going to spend five hours.
Less than 5 hours.
5 hours finding the exit. I suspect, race across the world, they started at Prospect Point, which is the furthest away from the exit. Another Canadian signage failure. So from the car park they point you in this general direction, and then they get stuck and left. So, aquarium. If you don't find the next... Oh, yeah, we've got options here. Yeah. Well, that's there we go. Which one? Oh dear. Classic Canadian. Sheer luck and very little input and help from the Stanley Park signs. Looks like it might be the aquarium. So after increasing the mortgage dramatically to gain entry, we are starting the journey here, and we're going to head into the tropics, I think. Pacific Canada. Services, a globe, a couple of tanks, and the main entrance. It's Nemo. Nemo's been found. So, after a 15-minute guided tour through the research lab, it's now the most exciting aspect of the Vancouver Aquarium, the 4D experience. Sea lion, lunchtime. They're saying, get on with it, we're hungry.
Where that fish has swum through, and that really does help them hunt for food and under the lower, darker parts of the ocean, and it helps them with the trainers and finding their way here as well. Now, next we have Hermes. Oh, look at them. I'm not supposed to pick favorites, but Hermes is a favorite. And Hermes and Da Vinci, the next two seals, are harbor seals. And they're older males, going 98, 99, and their eyesight's going a little bit, they're getting a little bit older. But as you can see, they're really comfortable with trainers, and that allows them to examine them, make sure they're nice and healthy. And they have a few different stories. So Hermes is a retired research animal. So a lot of the animals here are part of ongoing research. We have
Watch the seagull.
Behaviors from the stellar sea lions.
Here he goes.
A lot about why we train the animals here at the aquarium. We're going to talk about how it's for some really awesome healthcare. Healthcare is by far the most important thing when we're talking about taking care of any of the animals here at the aquarium, and we get them to actively participate in their own healthcare by training for behaviors called husbandry checks. So husbandry checks look very similar to the behaviors that we show when we go to the doctor or the dentist. That might look like how we open up our mouths, alright? So you can take a good look at you getting out of the pool sometimes as hard as a regular human. I can't imagine weighing 2,200 pounds and hauling out of the water like that. So even that is an incredible feat of physical strength. Now that's a second reason we create physical exercise. the third reason is for mental enrichment. We don't just take care of our bodies, right? We take care of our minds too. So we train for other behaviors that are enriching for their minds. That might look like having them do 2 behaviors at the same time. Did anybody here pat their head and rub their belly at the same time? You gotta kind of think about it, what you're doing, right? We get the animals to do a similar version of that where they slog and they flap their flipper at the same time. This is basically just creating different neural pathways to keep their minds active while also keeping their bodies active too.
So on the east side of the Stanley Park, looking to the north coast, and bulk carriers for raw sulphur, the yellow pyramids. So we come along the seawall, piles of sulphur. That was Lumberman's Arch. We're going to Beaver Lake. Action. Come on, get pecking. Looking for insects.
Beaver Lake.
Well done.
Yes.
Well done, yes. Brazilian Beaver Lake.
Minus all the beavers.
Yeah. So you'd think that you're miles inland when in fact you're only a couple hundred metres away from the sea. So this is Highway 99, which goes north up to Squamish, Whistler, which we took on Sunday afternoon. So, the good news. This is Prospect Point. What they don't tell you is, it's up a steep path. Hot, knackered.
Yes.
There is a retail outlet and hopefully a loo. Let's go and have a look. Ah. Okay. It was worth it. Race for the World is on. Palace is heading back to Vancouver. It's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Very pleasant. Okay, what are we going to have?
Something cold.
We're going to have something cold.
Yes.
On. Right, this. The start of the Prospect Point walk wasn't signed. Now we're diverging into Beaver Lake and Lost Lagoon on the bridle track. Only about 10 kilometres to go. Joke. Come down to the entrance to Stanley Park, which is over there. This is the rowing club on the right. And we're doing a couple of kilometre more. Hopefully the traffic will die down. They're all trying to get out of Stanley Park and it's all stuffed up.